Section of the Caddo Parish Commission to order for October the 8th. Roll call, please.
Dominic, Johnson, Williams, Lynn, Bowman,
Present.
Cawthorn,
Present.
Watts,
Here.
Escaday, Thibodeau, Cox,
Go.
Smith,
Here.
Epperson. We have a quorum, Mr. President.
If I get Commissioner Watts to lead us in invocation and Commissioner Cawthorn to lead us in the pledge. Please stand.
If you would bow your heads with me. Dear Lord, we come to you, God, thanking you for this day that you have blessed us with, oh Lord. God, as we come together, Father God, in one common goal, Father God, to provide a service to your people, Lord, we ask, Father God, that you will guide us in everything that we do. Lord, on today, Lord, we ask, Father God, for your presence in this meeting, God. May we do the things that you will have us to do. In your Son, Jesus Christ's name, we pray. Amen.
Amen. Join me in a salute with my fellow commissioner. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Justice for all. Justice.
Are there any agenda additions? Don't see any. Next item.
Commission Citizens Tax Board of Review for tax assessments for 2015.
Commissioners, my name is Charlie Hennington, the assessor for Caddo Parish. We had our meeting this past Monday, and I believe we had two people come and speak for their case for their appeal. And so all we have to have now is y'all's final approval on what y'all decided on Monday.
As the chair, I make the recommendation that we take the tax assessor's recommendation on those two items that we had open on our work session.
Second.
Moved by the chair, seconded by Commissioner Cox to follow the tax assessor's recommendation. See no one that wishes to speak. Let's vote, please. That passes 9-0.
Okay, the folks that, the taxpayers who did file an appeal, even though they were not here, they can still file an appeal with the Louisiana Tax Commission. So I believe, Todd, you'll send something out in the next 3 days, by next Tuesday, inform them of their decision. And there's a form on the Tax Commission's website where they can file the appeal on a little farther.
Okay.
All right, thank you.
Thank you, Charlie.
Oh, and also, we're still working with the Patels with the hotel.
Right.
We'll continue to watch that. The appraisal, I believe, they said it'd be about 2 more weeks.
Right.
And then we talked to Rob Russell, and he said about 2 weeks to be through.
Okay.
All right, thank you.
Thanks, Charlie. Next item.
Next, we have citizen comments.
Citizens who wish to address the commission on any issue other than zoning, please fill out a comment card located in the chamber for you and return to myself or the clerk of the commission. Individual comments will be limited to 3 minutes. First one we have is Rod Broussard. Please give us your name and address.
Yes, my name is Rob Broussard. I live at 451 Sandifer in Shreveport, 71105. Okay. Thank you, Mr. Chairman. At your desk, each one of you would have received a packet that we made available for you. The first page is the Broadmoor Neighborhood Association letter that has gone out to all of our residents that will be mailed tomorrow morning that addresses some of that economic development and the idea that we're moving forward with our October 16th Family Fest in the park. We would invite all of you to attend. That's going to be, they expect over 2,000 people there, so you're welcome to come and help celebrate families at that event. The next thing I'd like you to do is flip to the very back of your packet, and you will come to a sheet that looks like this. It has my phone number on that sheet. Please use my phone number for further clarification of anything that you read in this packet. This chart that you see here came out yesterday from the State Department of Education. John White's comment at the very bottom is pretty bleak. He said that these scores were going to be sobering. When you look at those scores, you will see that in our schools statewide, that the percentage of the correct answers in math in 8th grade was 27%. English language arts was 46. And you can use those numbers on the right-hand side to see where our 3rd through 8th graders are scoring. Folks, I had a comment earlier today that said, but this is a Caddo Parish Commission. You're talking about stuff that needs to be considered by the Caddo Parish School Board. And I heard that. And what I heard was Caddo Parish. And I've heard over and over about it taking a village to raise a child. And when we look at the program that we are trying to implement, and you see the other data that has been announced with the Caddo Parish on the 2nd page, it pretty clearly outlines that they're reaching out to the communities to say, we can't do this alone. We're at a crisis stage with students and their performance. These test scores are what the state judges our kids as being successful or not on. And our kids are not making the grade. Now, we can say it's not our responsibility, my kid is doing okay, but the kids that are in poverty, as established by your standards, are the ones that need the help. And that's why we're reaching out to you, and we're going to say as many times as it takes, help. And the money that we've requested to do this program is scheduled for 4 schools, not 1, not 2, 4. And each one of those schools meets that criteria that has been established by this body for us seeking help. So I close today by saying that look through this packet. Please read it carefully. You have my phone number. Please use my phone number. I'm a retired educator, 33 years. I have a master's plus 90 hours. You know, I can talk to you about the needs of kids in education. But I'm also a citizen, and I'm a neighborhood association president, and I can talk to you about the needs of our neighborhoods. So I'm reaching out. Please extend the hand. I'm extending that hand so we can all be on a winning effort here. This is a win-win. And so I ask you to please consider it. Thank you. I see my time's expired. Thank you, gentlemen, ladies. Appreciate you.
Thank you. Next one is Brian Molitor. Please give us your name and address.
Good afternoon. Brian Molitor, 2838 Lakeview Road, Shreveport. Live in Caddo Parish. I have a couple of things I wanted to kind of discuss here today. I've noticed that we're still in our 2nd month of an investigation on a Facebook post by our Director of Animal Services. We have no accounting as citizens to how much this lady's being paid to do this investigation. She gave a 2-week window to get this investigation concluded. We're now in 6 weeks. I think something's going on here. I don't know what it is, but this needs to be addressed. She needs to be called on the carpet, find out why our taxpayer dollars are still going to her after her 2-week window of getting this investigation done. This needs to be taken care of. We got people that are working up at the shelter right now that really are working blind. They don't know who's going to be taking over that position. Chuck Wilson has been doing a fantastic job up there. Been up there several times since he's taken over as interim director. But I also know that you've lost several employees there due to what's going on with this investigation, what's been going on with Everett Harris himself. This needs to be concluded. There's no reason after 6 weeks that somebody can't look at a Facebook post and go through the Caddo Parish policies and see that this was a direct violation of Caddo Parish policy. There's just no reason he needs to be continue to be on our payroll. He's been paid in excess of $10,000 on a vacation, 6 weeks vacation. This isn't how things should be done. I don't appreciate my money going to that. Second thing I need to bring up is I live out on Lakeview Road. We just had the road redone a couple years ago. The road is already falling apart. There's a giant hole in the road down around the corner from us, and it's just steadily expanding. I don't know who the contractor was that came out and did the road resurfacing there, but it's not holding up. It should last way longer than 3 years. So that's an issue I have with what's going on in my neighborhood. And that's about it. Thank you.
Okay, get with Jamie Whittington, he has the purple shirt on, about the road in Lakeview.
Okay.
And we'll make sure we get on top of that.
Okay, thank you.
All right, thank you.
Mr. B, you got cut.
The next person is Dean Irwin.
The Water District 7,
Okay,
District 7.
okay, all right. That'd be fine, you can come on up, speak about it.
You had a resolution number 59. We're trying to approve the sale and delivery of $300,000 of the certificates. And there was some question on whether we're raising rates, and the answer is no. We've already done that in anticipation of this happening. We did that about 2 years ago, or even. And so we're not asking the community for any more money. We've got that, we think, pretty well in shape. So,
Well, I can't ask questions now, but when we get to the resolution, I might ask you what the money's going for, but
okay.
we'll come back up later on for that. Ken Kraft? He left.
You stepped out outside.
Okay, well, we'll move on. Next item?
Next, we move to special resolutions. Resolution recognizing October as Breast Cancer Awareness Month.
Second. Oh, no, you good. Moved by the chair, second by Commissioner Watts. See no one that wishes to speak, let's vote.
Hold on, Ken.
That passes 10-0.
Next,
Give me a raise?
Yeah.
Okay.
next we have special resolution proclamation recognizing October as Domestic Violence Awareness Month also.
Moved by the chair.
Second.
Second by, I think it was Commissioner
Everyone?
Dominique. No one that wishes to speak on that, let's vote. That passes 10-0.
Those proclamations will be part of our minutes, and they will also be posted on our board just in the hall out here so people can see the,
All right, then also on our next agenda, regular session agenda, let's put that on that also, that we're recognizing these topics
Okay.
for the October.
okay.
All right, next subject.
Next, we need to approve the regular session minutes from September 17th.
So moved.
Moved by Commissioner Lynn, second by Commissioner Watts. See no one that wishes to speak, let's vote. That passes 10-0.
Next, we move to communiques and committee reports.
Okay, Commissioner Cox.
One of our public comments had stepped out, and he's back now. Would like to ask if we could give him some time.
Okay, I was gonna do it at the end.
Okay. Thank you.
Commissioner Williams.
I'd just like to, Mr. Chairman and gentleman, Mr. Broussard, was speaking about some earlier regarding our schools and education and economics. I think he's on to something because many of those children he served in the Broadmoor area are mostly from a lot of the community that we live in. And I think it's something we need to really consider because he said Caddo Parish. And one thing we need to try to do is be a parish of inclusion. You know, what's good for Caddo Parish schools is good for Caddo Parish Commission, also good for our city. We have too many turf battles here. You know, we need to be able to embrace our relationship with each other. I think Mr. Broussard is on something. He's a master teacher. He knows exactly what those kids need. And he has a detailed description of how the money is going to be spent. A lot of programs we get don't have a detailed description of how revenue is going to be spent to impact and improve the quality of life of those children in those schools. So I hope somewhere down the road we can send this back to a committee and reconsider and try to help the Broadmoor Neighborhood Association help those children that come to their schools in their neighborhood that are low performing schools and low performing children. And we know how Louisiana ranks in terms of education and poverty, so we need to find a way to have some common ground and embrace this new innovative idea in the Broadmoor community to help poor children, black and white and all kind in that neighborhood, to get them a better chance in life. Because right now, the way it's looking, they're doomed to fail based on the numbers that we receive today. So at some point, we need to try to reconsider this, and I commend him for reaching out to help those at the bottom. Appreciate the addition to those. Thank you.
Commissioner Jefferson.
The Grassroots Forum will host its October forum on Thursday, October 15th from 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. at Jason A's Restaurant. The topics for this month's agenda would be, we have Mr. Chris Giordano, Vice President and CEO of Louisiana State Fair. He will be speaking relative to the cultural, social, and economic benefits of the Louisiana State Fair in Northwest Louisiana. And we'll also have Mr. Vernon Davis from the Better Business Bureau. He'll be speaking in reference to proper techniques on selecting reputable and trustworthy contractors. There's been a lot of unscrupulous contractors preying on the elderly and the people that are uninformed as far as some of the damage that was done through the weather. So we'd like to invite everyone to be in attendance. We are well on the way for our 4th annual Veterans Parade and Honor Ceremony, which will be held Sunday, November the 8th, starting at 2:00 p.m. at the Louisiana State Fairground. We will stage on the west side of Independence Stadium. We will proceed promptly at 2:00 and go down Parish and Boulevard to Main Midway. There are over 100 units that's already signed up to enter the parade. This year's Grand Marshal will be Mr. Ray Urban, who is 95 years old, a World War II Marine. Wow. And to celebrate his birthday, he did a parachute jump out of an airplane for his birthday celebration. So Ray will be our Grand Marshal. I'd like to make it known that all commissioners that would like to ride in the parade, we have a special mode of transportation for you. Hey. Let Michelle know. We need to know by tomorrow so we can get name tags made up. And we'd like for you to be there promptly, at least by 1:30 p.m. We will have passes for you, parking passes, to get in at the staging area where we can start on time. All veterans and military and their family members will be allowed into the fair free. Wear your service caps or T-shirts or anything of that nature. We're not going to argue if you say you're a veteran or whatever it is. Everybody get in free. The first 5,000 entrants to the fairground that day will receive a free American flag, compliments of Kilpatrick Life Insurance. Tomorrow is the deadline for purchasing ads. This is the way that we fund this parade, through ads. Pretty modest price. This is our 4th year. I've been told that this parade, within its 4-year, 3-year, 10-year, is the largest veteran celebration in the state of Louisiana. Similar parades throughout the United States that I've been aware of through association with members of the National Association of Counties, the cost has been anywhere from $100,000 to $200,000 to put this on. We're doing very good with around a $30,000 budget, and we do fund it by purchasing ads. So we're asking all of you to please participate and make this a even better event this year for the 4th year. Thank you.
All right, Commissioner Lynn.
Next Wednesday, October the 14th at 6 p.m. at the Art Space on Texas Street in Shreveport, just down the street, we will have a review of the first draft of the bicycle and pedestrian plan that NLCOG has been developing. The author of the plan is Bud Melton with Bowman Melton and Associates out of Dallas, and they developed the bicycle pedestrian plan for New Orleans, Austin, Texas, and Dallas, Texas. And so this is the most qualified person to do a plan like this within 500 miles of our community. And I invite all the commissioners and everybody there. It's from 6 to 8. It'll probably run a little bit late. Right now, we have approximately 150 people that have RSVP'd for this meeting. It'll be an open forum. The plan as it is written is on NLCOG's website. You can pull it down. We are encouraging everybody to get a copy of that plan and critique it and come to the meeting with what you think is good in the plan and what you think needs to be different in the plan, and voice your concerns. If you have a difficult time finding the plan on NLCOG, you can send me an email at my parish account, mlynn@caddo.org, and I will email it to you promptly. Thank you.
All right, see no others. Next item.
Next, we have President's Report.
Okay, first I would like to commend Commissioner Epperson on the Veteran Affairs Parade. Tuesday we had the Veterans Proclamation signing, and that was a nice program. That was the first one that I went to, and I was highly impressed. Also Tuesday we had National Night Out. What I would like next year, Dr. Wilson, is if we can also have a campaign for in the parish as well.
Yeah.
Normally everything is focused around the city and city law enforcement. We also want to include our sheriff department as well in the parish area. I think a lot of citizens don't know that they can do it out in the parish as well, and so you really don't have that much going on in the parish, but everything is focused inside the city limits.
It's safe like
Yeah, but still, it's the point of getting to know everybody.
neighborhood community.
Jimmy is still, is he gone?
He's not here.
Okay. Dr. Wilson, I also want them to add to the list of North Lakeshore Drive. That was one of the roads that was resurfaced. Actually, it was rebuilt. But when they rebuilt it, basically the technology that they do, the surface now is starting to crack. So you got these long splits that's running down North Lakeshore Drive. And it's at the turn of North Lakeshore Drive and North Lakeshore Drive.
Yeah.
Sound crazy, but that's it's by the compactor. So I don't know if the trucks are contributing to that split or what, but that's where it's the worst at.
Yeah.
All right, next item.
Next, we move to public hearing on zoning ordinances and cases. Ordinance number 5513 in regards to zoning case P16-15.
Public hearing on ordinance number 5513 is now open. Is there anyone that want to talk in favor of this? Is there anyone to talk in opposition of? The public hearing on ordinance number 5513 is now closed.
Ordinance number 5514 of 2015 in regards to zoning case P1715.
Public hearing on ordinance number 5514 is now open. Is there anyone that want to speak in favor of this? Is there anyone that want to speak in opposition of? Public hearing on ordinance number 5514 is now closed.
Ordinance number 5515 of 2015 in regards to zoning case P1915.
Public hearing on ordinance number 5515 is now open. Is there anyone that want to speak in favor of this ordinance? Is there anyone that want to speak in opposition of? Public hearing on ordinance number 5515 is now closed.
That'll close the public hearings on zoning ordinances and move us to public hearings on regular ordinances. Ordinance number 5516 of 2015, amending the budget for estimate revenues and expenditures for capital outlay, building maintenance, capital, detention, capital improvement, facilities, general, oil and gas, parks and rec, public works, riverboat, and solid waste fund for the year 2015.
So moved.
Second.
Moved by Commissioner Dominique, second by
Oh, it's still a
Commissioner-
public hearing on this.
Oh, that's a public hearing? Okay, my
Oh, it
bad.
says zoning.
Sorry.
All right, so public hearing on ordinance number 5516 is now open. Is there anyone that want to speak in favor of this? Is there anyone that want to speak in opposition of? Public hearing on ordinance number 5516 is now closed.
Ordinance number 5517, declaring certain adjudicated properties be surplus and authorize the parish administrator designate to sell parish's tax interest.
Public hearing on ordinance number 5517 is now open. Is there anyone that want to speak in favor of this ordinance? Is there anyone that want to speak in opposition of it? Public hearing on ordinance number 5517 is now closed.
That'll close the public hearing on ordinances, move us to zoning ordinances for final passage. Ordinance number 5513 in regards to zoning case P1615.
So moved.
Second.
Been moved by the chair, seconded by Commissioner Williams. Mr. Sweeney, can you come up and talk about this ordinance as well as P17? Because they right next to each other.
Is this 13? Is 55?
Yes.
5513 and 14.
13 and 14 are right next to each other.
Okay, do you have any questions that you wanted to ask about this particular one?
Yes, I know that there was quite a bit of opposition down here in reference to P16 and 17. And I wanted to know, why did the MPC favor both?
Okay, well, let me go ahead and go through this. This is for P16. Let me go ahead and put that one here real quick. Make sure I have the right one. Okay, on 16, okay. Okay, this is the one where basically the gentleman was wanting to create a mobile home subdivision, and there was resistance by the neighborhood association and the people that live there about the idea of them rezoning that property for that purpose. Legitimately, that's the kind of use that has been prevalent in that area in terms of mobile homes. And the MPC board saw that it fit basically with what the master plan required for that area and what the development trends were for that area. And that is the reason why they recommended approval.
Okay.
Now, they did take into consideration the neighborhood opposition, but they had to balance that with what we thought was a good use in that area and what was already a prevalent use in that area. It's not like it was they were introducing mobile homes into a place where they were all regular built homes. Mobile homes already existed there. And to have it as a subdivision made sense because that's an orderly way to develop mobile homes. And let me just explain this to you, and some of you may be aware of this. When someone comes in and puts in a mobile home in a kind of harem-scarum manner in terms of development, it's harder to coordinate that type of development. When someone wants to come in and plan out an actual subdivision where they sell off lots to individuals to put mobile homes, that's an easier approach and a more planned approach toward developing the area in a way that is actually can be more compatible with the adjacent properties. And that's kind of the basis to how come the MPC did what they did.
Okay.
Recommendation.
Well, I know I received numerous calls about this particular deal, and there are a mixture of homes, manufactured homes, and also trailers in the particular area.
That's correct.
And I guess the residents, most of the residents that are in the regular homes were the most loudest to be vocal on this, that they didn't want a mobile home park next to their subdivision. The current ordinance now is that when one of those that's already there moves out, that we then have to then go back and approve a new one to go in.
That's correct.
And so it kind of helps us to help clean up that area if that's the wish of the people who stay in that area. So we have a mechanism in place to try to convert that from a mixture of modular homes, mobile homes, and regular homes.
Mm-hmm.
So I would ask, my colleagues to help me be the voice of the residents that did complain and did say that they did not want this in their area. Okay. Commissioner Cox.
How big is the tracks for each home? I'm looking on the attachment, and
It appears as though, and if you look at the lots do meet the minimum requirements.
Which is,
Let me see. And I'm going to have to look a little deeper here. I can tell you that the size of the lots in this area, because it is zoned RA, and being taken to the mobile home subdivision standard, you're looking at, roughly about, I'd say, in the area of about roughly about 10,000, I guess around 10,000 square feet, at least in some of those areas, and some of those are larger. In some cases, these are actually acre lots is what we're looking at, because most of the ones like along the frontage there are over an acre. So we're looking at roughly acre type lots for these individual mobile homes.
and how many homes are suggested to be in this?
This is showing here at about 25 in the second part of the plat that they would be doing, and then and they actually approached the current homeowners along the 4 lots that were up along Bostic Road, and to get them to be a part of that subdivision as well. So all of this, in all, would be 4 plus 25, 29 mobile home lots.
Is there a restriction on the size of the mobile home?
On the size of the mobile home?
Yes.
There is not. Currently in our ordinance, we don't have a restriction on the size of the mobile home. Most of these probably will end up being double wides. That seems to be the more popular standard this day, but that doesn't mean there couldn't be a single wide in there. And how you finish out the mobile home is a big factor, as you well know.
Yep.
If we do require skirting. We do require that it be on a platform or a foundation. We do require that it does have paved parking area for the cars, as well as the driveway being paved as well. So we have some standards in place that we do implement, regardless of what type of a mobile home comes in. It has to meet those standards.
Is that just on that one, or is this?
That's across the board. If somebody comes to us and wants to put in a mobile home, a new mobile home, and you're going to find a lot of mobile homes out there.
You got mobile homes around Caddo Parish, barely has
I know
a
that.
foundation underneath them.
And some of those, in essence, are the ones that probably came in the earlier years, or they came in illegally and were put in there and just have been there for many, many years. But with the standards that we have today, even now with going through the requests especially through ZBA, there is a requirement that they always have those basic components of skirting, and that they have the paved parking, and they have the paved entryway. And we always ask them to do as much as possible to face the mobile home such as that it will be parallel to the street and not perpendicular. So that's part of what we refer to as our ZBA mobile home checklist, and then we follow that, and we ask each applicant to fill that out. So this type of development would have to follow those standards.
In the meeting, the families that were against this, how many was at that meeting, or how many opposed it? Did they have a petition, or what?
I don't recall a petition. There were 3 people who spoke in opposition. 17 stood in opposition, and there was, I'll stand corrected, there was a petition that was submitted in opposition to it. So there was a signed petition.
Okay. All right, thank you.
Commissioner Watts,
I passed. You answered my question. Thank you.
Commissioner Epperson,
My question's been answered also.
Commissioner Dominique.
Is that, I thought on the south side of Bostwick was my area, but did they get changed with the redistricting?
It fell in my area.
Sure.
They called you too, I thought.
The what?
Some of them probably called you.
No, I didn't, but I mean, I know that area. I know exactly where it is.
Okay, well, it's my area now.
Okay. I don't think you take anything that's not supposed to be, but
I serve all of North Caddo. It don't
okay,
matter.
you got it.
Touch you.
You gonna make a motion in just a second?
Yes.
I'm done.
All right. So my motion is to overturn the MPC recommendation and to actually reject this.
Second.
It's been moved by the chair and seconded by Commissioner Epperson. See no one that wishes to speak? Let's vote. That passes 10-0.
Next, we have ordinance number 5514 of 2015 in regards to zoning case P1715.
Same situation? This is a different block?
Yes, right. It's like a mirror image to the same development.
My motion is to reject the MPC recommendation and
Second.
overturn this. Moved by the chair and seconded by Commissioner Watts. Commissioner Cox,
Same developer?
Yes, sir.
That's the question.
different block.
Well, okay, it could be different state, I don't care. Same developers, just, he's got this land, he's just trying to
Yes, sir.
bring them around.
That's correct.
Okay, all right, thank you.
Okay. Alright, let's vote. That passes 10-0. Next item.
Ordinance number 5515 of 2015 in regards to zoning case P1915.
So move.
Moved by Commissioner Williams,
Second.
Go back.
seconded by Commissioner Dominic. Got questions on that?
No
question.
You want me to have a question?
Want to?
Whose district is it?
That's Mike. Mike.
Okay.
Eric is not here
That's
today.
Mr.
so-
Atkins' district. He might want to say something.
All right.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Let's vote. That passes 10-0.
Next, we move to ordinances for final passage. Ordinance number 5516 of 2015.
So moved.
So moved.
Moved by Commissioner Dominic, second by Commissioner Watts. Thank you, Ms. Sweeney. Let's vote.
Mr. Chair, could
Yeah.
Mr. Sweeney stay a minute? I had a request of him if I might.
Okay. On this one? Okay.
Oh, you gonna sit, okay,
Stay on the front row.
do it now?
Is it coming up?
Right, I just wait once we get through
Okay.
voting before you
All
leave,
right, all right.
once we get there.
Just don't leave, Ms. Sweeney. All right.
Need you.
Let's vote. That passes 10-0.
Ordinance number 5517 of 2015.
So move.
Moved by Commissioner Williams.
Second.
by- I said moved by Commissioner Williams, seconded by Commissioner Watts. See no one that wish to speak? Let's vote.
Oh, before I was just listening. What's his name in the front? Winters. Where? Do you have identified these property that you say have adjudicated property in our districts?
They are.
Yeah, click on the.
Okay.
I'm sorry, repeat that, Commissioner Roy.
My colleagues already told me. I just want to know, do you identify the pieces of parcel that's been sold in each one of our districts?
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. We have cast our votes,
Not yet.
except for Williams. Okay. That passes 10-0.
All right, next we move to ordinance by introduction. Ordinance number 5518 to close and abandon the dedication of a portion of Holly Ridge Drive located in West Ridge Subdivision, Unit Number 1 in Caddo Parish. Next, we need to approve the work session minutes.
So move.
Moved by Commissioner Williams,
Second.
seconded by Commissioner.
Get on the board, Copper.
Got on the board.
Get on the board, man.
See no one that wish to speak? Vote. That passes 10-0.
Next, we move to resolutions. Resolution number 59, approving the issuance and sale of delivery of not exceeding 300,000 certificates of indebtedness, serious for sewage, District Number 7.
So moved.
Second.
Moved by the chair, seconded by Commissioner Dominique. I did have a question.
Mr. Irwin, we waiting on something?
I think there's going to be a question.
Why are we waiting on something for this?
That's what I did.
Yes, sir.
Okay, you said that there would be no hike in the rate.
No, 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 I
That's
can.
already taken place.
That's already taken place.
What are you gonna be issuing the indebtedness on?
I'm sorry, what?
What are you gonna be issuing the indebtedness on? Are you repairing something or?
We are.
Equipment?
We are buying generators and updating the sewer system that will have monitoring systems throughout. It'll be really an up-to-date system when we get through. To do that, we wanted to close off the indebtedness we had by using some of the escrow funds that were, and that would take care of that, and we could then borrow the money at a very reduced rates, $200,000 from Citizens Bank for 292.95 and $75,000 from Louisiana Public Facilities Authority at 1.49.
Okay.
And so we have about 619,000. We have 2 USPDA bonds and want to use those to pay off the $315,000 that we owed on those bonds, and then borrow the money at a much reduced rate for what we wanted to buy.
That's fine. I just wanted to let the people know exactly what's going on.
Yeah.
I will be at the meeting next week too.
I'd be looking forward to that.
All right. That's it. Commissioner Carter.
Yes, so the bonds that, that you mentioned in the amount of 600,000, those are revenue bonds, IDB bonds, what, that indebtedness you mentioned that you're gonna be paying off?
The the bond retention, the total count is 665, and that is from the U.S. And we use that money to pay off the USDA bonds.
Which is a revenue bond? What type
Yeah.
of bond is it?
Yeah.
Revenue bond? Okay.
See no one else, let's vote. Thank you, Mr. Earl.
Thank you.
Bowman, okay. That passes 10-0.
Next one, resolution number 60, authorizing the administrator to execute on behalf and in the name of Caddo Parish a contract for Louisiana Community Development Block Grant Administrative Services.
So moved.
It sound like my phone.
I didn't hear you.
Everybody wants
I like mix up too much.
Moved by the Commissioner Watts, seconded by.
Oh, really? That's what we're gonna do today?
You gotta speak up.
I did this time.
I didn't hear you.
And I believe I moved it. I'm done.
I'm not here.
Commissioner Williams.
I like the global resolution 60 and 61 together. I like they're pretty much the same. I can get a second.
By the time you
Second.
they haven't done it.
Can you take second, can we, if we first?
Yeah, why can't you? Second.
Got a motion to global resolution number 60 and 61. Seconded by Commissioner Bowman.
Yes, sir.
Todd,
Yes,
for
sir.
the record, also read what 61 says.
Okay.
We'll vote on both of them.
61 says authorizing the parish administrator to execute on behalf and in the name of the parish of Caddo a contract for Louisiana Community Development Block Grant Engineering Services.
Okay. Let's vote. That passes 10-0 on resolution 60 and 61.
Next, we move to old business. Commission to sit as the Alcohol Beverage Committee. Alcohol beverage case regarding Longwood General Store.
Okay. The officer, come on up.
Mr. Chairman, while they coming up, may I make my request of Mr. Sweeney, because I think we'll be finished with him, wouldn't we?
Yeah,
Yes.
if you can, yeah.
Mr. Sweeney, I just want, for the record, I had requested that the notifications as far as zoning issues in my district, that your office would send me a hard copy, please, like we did in the old days. I just want to, I had called a couple of times and still hadn't received. If you all send me a hard copy, I'm old school.
Like me.
Okay, a hard copy of the notifications of the zoning issues.
I'm in the middle.
Okay.
Stuck in the middle.
That's all I wanted.
I understand.
Okay, because it hadn't been done yet. Okay. Thank you, sir. That's all, Mr. President.
All right, before we go to you guys, I'm gonna get our other
Public comment?
public comment, citizen comment. Ken Kraft, you come on up now. Please give us your name and address, and you have 3 minutes.
Thank you. Mr. Chairman, Commissioners, Mr. Wilson, Kenneth Kraft, 157 Archer Avenue. Shreveport 71105. I'm here today to supplement what Rob Broussard said about the program for the at-risk youth of the 4 schools, Broadmoor Middle, Erie Drive Middle, Arthur Circle, and A.C. Steer Elementary Schools. What I want to do, since I'm retired, to supplement this program is at no charge, free, go to the schools and talk to the kids about different things, whether it's Lincoln, Dr. King, Washington, things they don't learn. These children aren't getting in Caddo schools the beautiful letter that Dr. King and the presentation he made October 26th of '67 to Barrett Junior High in Philadelphia, where he was trying to tell these children, whatever your lot, if it falls to your lot in life to be a street sweeper, he said, sweep streets like Michelangelo painted pictures. He said, sweep streets like Beethoven composed music. Sweep streets like Leontyne Price sings in front of the Metropolitan Opera. Sweep streets like Shakespeare wrote poetry. They're not learning this. He said, let all the host of heaven and earth say, here lived a great street sweeper who swept his job well. Or the letter from the Birmingham jail, or some of the works of Lincoln or Jefferson or Washington. We have to do the ABCs and the 3 R's. I get that. But I want to supplement their learning and their education with a true balanced approach to history at no charge to the commission or the taxpayer, but at a great benefit to these children. However, this is not conditional on a change in the original appropriation. It's a request. If it's only enough money for one school, I'll just go to that one school. But if it funds 2 or 3 or 4 schools, I'll go to every school, which you gentlemen and ladies see fit to appropriate funds for that purpose. But I think it's a wonderful opportunity, and I want to close by thanking Commissioner Lynn and Commissioner Escaday for appearing at our forum on the 22nd. And everybody get out and vote 2 weeks from Saturday. That is pretty dang important. I also want to do civics and the importance of voting and explain how our Constitution has not 1 or 2, but 6 amendments concerned with voting. There are more amendments to the Constitution concerning voting than any other topic. They don't really learn that in school. There's not really enough civics in my judgment. So I appreciate your time and your consideration. Thank you. And Mr. Epperson, I'll be happy to march in your parade and wear my costume, and just, I'll let you know, and you can have me do whatever you like.
Okay, give me a call so we can get you a slot.
Okay, thank you.
Ken, the next time you come down, can you quote Martin Luther King mountaintop speech?
I'll have to brush up, but I could
There you
do
go.
it. But
There you go.
it'll take about 5.5 minutes. I'll go over the, like when I did the declaration, Cedric had to give me extended time because it takes 9 minutes. So I can't do that lengthy of a speech in 3 minutes. I could do it on speed dial, but you wouldn't understand
I'll
me.
make a motion to extend your time.
Okay, thank you.
You got to get a second.
Dominic, a second.
President Johnson, Commissioners, I just want to make you aware that yesterday we received notification from Standard & Poor's that they're reviewing our credit, our finances. So they do that periodically because we have the AAA bond rating. So we will provide the data. We'll let you know the outcome of that evaluation. So this is unsolicited on our part. They do it periodically to make sure everybody's upholding the standards of a AAA bond rating. So we're about to undergo that review right now.
Okay, thank you. Now, officers, you have a...
Mr. Johnson, if we could get the participants in this hearing to stand and raise their right hand. Mr. Becker, since you're representing the company, please raise your right hand. You swear the testimony you're about to give is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Good afternoon, Commission,
Good
ladies and
afternoon.
gentlemen. I'm Corporal Aaron Cornelius with the Caddo Parish Sheriff's Office, Youth Services Division, located at 5906 North Market Street. On July the 6th, we, the Youth Services Division of the Caddo Sheriff's Office, conducted an underage alcohol buy sale. Longwood General Store, located at 3502 North Louisiana Highway 169. A confidential informant did go into the store and purchase a 24-ounce can of Coors beer for $3.30. from the store clerk, which we later identified as Miss Lisa Marie Stroud. I did witness this transaction myself from within the store. She did not ask the confidential informant for identification. She did sell to him. Ms. Stroud was issued a summons to appear for violation of Louisiana Revised Statute 149311, unlawful sales to a person under 21 years of age. That's all.
Okay, is there anyone from Longwood, Jones? Like to say something on your behalf?
My name is Mike Decker, and I'm with Longwood General Store. I've been before you guys before about the same incident, or this same thing that happens to us up there. This particular time, this happened on the 6th of Monday, which was the 6th. She works 2 days a week for me. She's been with me about 3 years, left for about 6 months and came back, started working 2 days a week. She works on a Monday and a Friday. I go through a lot of steps and a lot of training with all these employees. In this particular instance, on Friday at 8 o'clock in the morning, I called her because she's only there 2 days a week. I want her to understand that this is really important to us. I called her up and said, ID everybody, we're going into a big weekend here, you know, be on your toes for everything. She said, we got this, Mike. I said, okay. I called the store through the weekend. I called her again specifically on Monday at about 8:30. Again, told her to be active and proactive about IDing everybody. 3 hours later, I got a call from the store indicating exactly what this gentleman said, that she had sold to a minor. As I viewed the film, she was over at the fountain area cleaning up, came back around the corner, didn't do anything as far as IDing, just sold, made the transaction, put it in a bag, and out the door the gentleman went. I put together something on some of the steps that we've taken. I hope you guys had a chance to read this. This bothers me greatly. It astounds me that it even occurs when I'm speaking to somebody 3 hours ahead of that, and it just falls on deaf ears. We've now taken the steps where you have to scan an ID. If you don't scan an ID, you can't make the sale at all. I guess the only thing stopping that is somebody doesn't do that. But as we've implemented this a couple months ago, it's been a drastic, it's been quite a headache, quite frankly, but it's necessary. And we've lost a lot of sales because of this, and it's not because underage people are coming in and we're not selling to them. It's because gentlemen and ladies just like you come in there and you go, why do I need to show an ID? Yesterday I had somebody just shove the beer into the clerk's midsection. I mean, it's just absolutely ludicrous that this is how some people behave, but these are steps we've taken to do this. And I have replaced my manager. I've hired a new manager there. Of course, she gets terminated immediately. They all know that. We go through this stuff each and every week with them, documenting it with their signatures. And I feel just like you guys do, and so does the owners of the company. We have several liquor licenses throughout the state of Louisiana, probably 15 or so. And this particular location, for whatever reason, I just have trouble fixing this. I don't know what else to do, but what I'm doing, and every time I do a little bit more, I think I've gone as far as I can go to prohibit this from happening. Again, it's a real serious thing to us. We have gaming licenses, we have liquor licenses. All this stuff is precluded on having our alcohol license. And so we take all these steps, we treasure it so much. I just can't afford a suspension or a revocation, and I'm just pleading with you guys to have a little bit of mercy on me in some capacity.
What is the offense on this? First, second, third?
It's a third offense.
Third offense, 1
That's
year? Okay. Commissioner Dominique.
What did, Mr. Decker, is the employee still with you?
Pardon me?
Is the employee still with you?
No, we terminate them as soon as that happens. We get somebody to replace them. They're terminated
You do have
immediately.
the card that swipes and everything, that she just didn't do that?
She chose not to do it.
You know, I've reviewed everything, and I met you a while ago, and you tried to contact me. I just thought it was better to, if we're sitting up here as a appeal process, I don't want to be unbiased without hearing both sides of the story. we've developed rules and regulations. I know that you're in the business of having a store and the different things that you do there at the Longwood store. I always hear good things about it, but the problem is that we've developed rules and regulations concerning the sales of alcohol, and we can sit here and go over this, and I know you're going to agree with us, that it's not a good thing to be selling to underage minors, that we're afraid they're going to get out and drink and drive and hurt somebody, kill somebody, or something like that. We just can't have that happen. We have rules and regulations, and unfortunately, this is a third offense. And what we've done in the past on the third offense is, I think the fine's $1,000 and a 30-day suspension, if I'm correct. Is that right, Mr. Hopkins?
That's correct, sir.
I'd like to address a couple other things that we've done since that time. We do our own stings. I have a security company come in and do them once a month.
I saw that. I read that. I mean, I'll be glad to let you, talk some more if you want to. I just, we've been over this over and over again with not just you, but different people about the rules and regulations we have, and we understand that you guys are working hard, but it comes to the point to where the employee just didn't do what you were supposed to do. Sometimes we've had them almost just do it on purpose.
Yeah.
But still, the ultimate thing is that we have the rules and regulations, and at this time, can I make the motion at this time? I'll just go ahead and make. Okay, but at some point, I'd like to make the motion if I can.
Get back on the board. Get back on the board.
Since it's in my district.
Yeah, you need to make them.
But that's where we're at. I understand. I plead for you. I know you're working hard, but we just have rules and regulations that we got to go by.
All right, get back on the board.
I hit
Commissioner
it.
Bowman.
Am I back on yet?
No, not yet.
And
I got you listed down, so don't worry about it. There you go. Commissioner Bowman.
Yes, sir. Thank you, Mr. President. I was just wondering, is there a document that employees sign indicating that if they do sell or if they don't follow the rules that are, set up by yourself and the company, that advise them of their termination or not?
Yes, it's located in this packet that you all have received as
but
well.
everyone is also out there. They know this, so it's no.
No, it's not a surprise.
excuse.
Every single week, we address that with each employee. We've got 23 employees. Each one
Yes, sir.
goes through that every week with us.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Commissioner Cox.
Todd, give me a rundown. First offense is what?
First offense is $500, second offense is $750, and third offense is $1,000.
With
revocation?
With possible suspension or revocation.
Says possible.
Possible.
That's your, this
Determined.
group's decision.
Okay, that's all I need to know. Thank you.
All right, Commissioner Epperson.
I'd like to make a motion that we fine the gentleman $1,000, and that's it.
Second.
It's been moved by Commissioner Epperson and seconded by Commissioner
Bowman.
Williams to do the third offense, $1,000. Okay. Clear the board. Is there any discussion? Well, as the maker of the motion, you want to say?
I understand what the gentleman is going through. I've been in business 11 years, not selling alcohol. But, I was in the video business, and, they didn't want to be out. Matter of fact, I used to rent adult videos. You had to have your ID.
What was your favorite?
Adult videos. Money is money, buddy. It's illegal. But I understand where you're going. Sometimes you can get disgruntled employees can do things, And you got some customers that come in. Even though with all this snow in my hair, I go up to buy a beer sometime at Rite Aid. May I see your ID? You know what I mean? But hey, you got to do it. But some people get offended,
Right.
because they may have left it out in the car and they got to walk back out in the car and things of that nature. But this is something that can, it's serving its purpose, true enough. And I sincerely believe that this gentleman is doing all that he can. And I know, because I've been in business before. I watched, I've been in Thrifty and all of them, anywhere that sell alcohol, bars or whatever it is, and I understand the things that they go through. So I think at this point in time, the $1,000 fine, and let this gentleman continue to go on because it's a legal and a viable business. But sometimes these are the negative amenities that go with it, and he should not be penalized with trying to make an honest living and provide some good sales and revenue and employment for people that want to do the right thing. Thank you.
As a seconder, if you want to.
Yes, sir. Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I think Ken kind of summed it up. Oftentimes, it falls on the employer, but it's employees that cause the problem. Most of the times I'm up here, I see it's the employees' problem. And you do know if this comes before us again, we have the ability to fine you $1,000 with suspension. This is a very serious epidemic, and it's a universal precaution like anything else. I don't like showing my ID, and I know I'm not no 18, but they asked me for mine. So it's just something we have to get in the habit of in this culture now, because of all the things going on with drinking and driving, texting and driving. And now we have to change and play by new rules. Change is inevitable. That's just the way it is. So, but I get sick and tired of seeing the employer take the blunt of a business caused by some employee. Some kind of way, guys. We got to find a way to hold those employees accountable. It doesn't make sense for the loser business behind what employee done, probably deliberately, like you said, deliberately, as a vendetta. They do that, because for reasons. I've been in business before. I know how business operates. Disgruntled employee would do and say anything to get back at you. So you have to play unemployment. I know how it goes.
Yes, sir.
Sir, I see you have compassion, and you seem like you're a man of your integrity that try to run a good business, a good operation, try to provide a service for customers. And these are rules that we have to apply by.
I understand.
And I think this is appropriate at this time. What Commissioner recommended, just $1,000 without any.
At every time.
So hopefully we don't have to keep having this discussion.
I promise I never want to see you guys again. Nothing personal.
It's hard to find good help, man. I know how it is. It's hard to find it. But appreciate you with the work.
All right, thank you.
Mr. Dominique.
Mr. Decker, I'll go along with this, $1,000 fine, but, in the past, we suspended people for up to 30 days for the third offense. So, if this passes by everybody, I hope y'all agree with me, you'll get this $1,000 fine, but if you come back up here again with the fourth offense, then we're gonna have to suspend it for quite some time. So, I do like everything that you've done to try to prevent this. And the only thing I do is keep doing this, but, the sheriff's office has their job. They're doing a good job on this. And hopefully we won't be back up here. You guys won't be back up here anytime soon. So I hope everybody oppose Commissioner Epperson's motion. This is in my district. Longwood Store is in my district. Fairly close to yours, Ken's, I guess a few miles. So, anyway, that's all I have to say. Thank you.
Thank you guys very much.
I only have two questions. This is his third offense in what time period?
A year.
Third offense in 1 year?
165 days.
And what do you estimate as your percentage of revenues that come directly from alcohol sales in that particular store, at that location?
Trying to do some math in my head real quick. Probably
60.
$80,000-$90,000.
I would admonish you to manage that cash register yourself. If that's the expanse of revenues that's associated with that. That's it.
Thank you.
Mr. Cox.
I'm going to be a little bit on the. Let me put it to you this way. I've had a hard week.
No. Sorry to hear that.
You gave him some mercy, now give him some.
Drop your gun.
And I'm going to be blunt and to the point. I've known 2 young adults under the age of 21 die because of alcohol-related accidents within the last year. You have an obligation, because it's your store or it's your company's store, if you can't find employees, whether you gotta pay them extra or find good employees and pay them more, or have at least a common sensibility to say, read that sign and it says, if you're under 21, I will alcohol and tobacco, have your license out. I don't care how you do it. If it was up to me today, you'd lose your license. Simply because it's your responsibility.
I agree with you.
I know you, I read your report. I think you're doing as much as anybody could possibly can. But if you can't find better employees, that you're gonna have to go through this time and time again, shut the store down. Because I don't wanna hear a mother or father coming up to us saying, you know, he bought that alcohol from there, and it's your store. So it wouldn't be fair to those parents or those family members. I recognize what these guys come down here every time, and all we do, if you got $80,000 to $90,000 worth of alcohol sales, $1,000 ain't nothing to you. Me, I ain't gonna make a motion because I'm already speaking on it, but I would charge $5,000 today. I hope that if anybody is listening or watching, or even our new commissioner out in the audience, I hope that as time goes on, we start getting harder and harder on alcohol sales in Caddo Parish. Because it's to the point where if your employees or you as a store owner can't make it work, you don't need to be in business. Because a life is a life, especially a child's life. I don't want to go to no more funerals because of alcohol under 21. And that's just like if they're out and about and they're at a house party. It's up to the parents at that house party not to give those young adults alcohol, but it happens. So that's on them. So, I'll go along with the wishes of the commissioner today, but if it was up to me, you'd be paying for the license today. Thank you.
Okay, I guess I'm the last one. You know, I had the same situation in District 2. There was a company that had third offense, and actually we suspended them with 30 days. That was my recommendation. And I like to be consistent on what I do. So even though they made the motion to do it that way, I'm in opposition of it. Because I feel that he knew this was coming. You know, it could be possible that it could come, and so there should have been preparations in place to keep it from getting to this third offense. And you know, I don't want to be the one sitting up here saying, okay, well, we let this person off this time, and then in 2 or 3 months we see you again, and it's a fourth offense. And in this time, some youth has died, and everybody's saying, well, they was good with the $1,000 fine. I'm consistent. Everybody know I'm consistent. All the ones that sell alcohol in District 2 know that I'm consistent. And I'm going, if our policy says this, then that's what I want to go to. So I will be voting against the motion based upon me being consistent in what I do. Let's vote. That passes 7-3.
I thank you guys very much.
Next item?
We have no new business.
Sure.
One thing for the commissioners, if you'd all like to tell Miss Pate goodbye, because this will be the last time she will be Miss Pate. She will be Mrs. Nation next time around.
Congratulations. I'd like to say something too now, don't? Hey, don't just blow some hot air to Miss Pate. Let her have something that crinkles.
Amen, bro.
When it's she getting enough hot air.
We want you to lead the way with 100. Lead the way with 100. You gonna lead the way with 100?
Already.
I said with 100.
Yeah, she already got it. She already got it in the envelope.
All right.
I even called out here and asked for Miss Nation today to see that she know her name, her new name.
Believe it or not, I got about half of them called me and they said,
Oh, my goodness.